Hi there. In this video, we'll talk about electrostatic, magnetic, and gravitational force. Now we know that force is a push or a pull, but we use the fancy word force for this push or pull. We also call this push or pull sometimes attraction or repulsion. So in these forces, maybe we'll talk about the push or pull, and sometimes we'll talk about repulsion and attraction. So let us dive into the first force, which is electrostatic force. For this, let us take a experiment, and for that we'll take two balloons, two refills, and one woolen cloth. Now what should you do is just rub the two balloons with the woolen cloth and see what happens. So when you rub them and then bring them closer, you will see that they are trying to repel each other. They don't want to come together, right? So similarly, if you take the woolen cloth and rub the refills, you will experience that they also want to go against each other. They want to repel each other. Then take one balloon and one refill and see what happens. In this case, they aren't repelling each other, but they will attract each other. So something is happening, right? Something, repulsion or attraction is here. So that means there is this force, isn't it? So the force carried by the static charges is known as electrostatic force. Static charges, right? So we know that everything in this universe is made up of atoms, isn't it? Me, you, these balloons, these refills, all of this is made up of atoms, and atoms have electrons and protons in them. So even atoms are made up of something which is known as electrons and protons. Now these electrons have a negative charge and these protons have a positive charge. So when we hadn't rubbed these balloons, what happening was that the charge on these balloons was neutral. It had equal negative and equal positive charge. But then when we rubbed it, what happened was the body who needed more electrons took the electrons from the other body when we were rubbing it, and the first body became net negative, and the body which gave the electrons to the another body became net positive. And because there was this net negative and net positive, repulsion or attraction took place. So if these charges are negative or positive, if these charges come together, what happens is they get repelled, which we called like charges they get repelled. So in this case and this case as well, there were like charges which we were forcing together, but what happened is they repelled each other. And in the second case, when unlike charges come together, they attract. So in the third case, our balloon had some net positive or net negative charge, and similarly our straw or our refill had a different type of, or maybe that unlike charge, and that what happened is they got attracted toward each other. So when like charges come together, they repel, but when unlike charges come together, they attract. And attraction and repulsion is nothing but it's a force, right? So this was our electrostatic force. Now let's talk about magnetic force. And before talking about magnetic force, let's talk about magnets. So let's say you took a magnet and brought an iron nail close to it. So this was our iron nail. And you brought a magnet close to it. What would happen? The iron would get attracted to this magnet, right? We know this, we have played with magnets since ages, right? But now let us replace this screw or this iron nail by another magnet. And this side was the side A and this side was B. So what we saw is when we brought these two magnets together, what happened was attraction as well. So these magnets stuck to each other. Fine, this can happen. But now what we did was we changed the magnet's orientation and we turned it around so that it becomes this. So we turned the magnet around and then brought the magnet together once again. But now we see what happens is these magnets repel each other. Why? Isn't it surprising? First the magnet was attracting, but when we turned it around, it started to repel the other magnet. Why does this happen? Is this similar to the case of electrostatic? Somewhat similar, but in the case of magnets, we don't talk about these charges, but we talk about poles. So magnet has poles. Just like our earth has a north and a south pole, there are similar north pole and south pole for a magnet. And when these north and north poles come together, which are somewhat like our like charges, they repel. But when north and south come together, they attract. So like poles, in the same case, they repel. But unlike poles, north and south, if they come together, what they do is they get attracted. And attraction and repulsion is nothing but a force, isn't it? So this force due to our magnets is called magnetic force. Now let us talk about the third type of force, which is gravitational force. Now we all know that if I drop anything, it will always fall to the ground, isn't it? It would not go up. Why? Because the earth pulls us down, isn't it? So the earth, when it pulls us down, we call it as gravity, right? So it pulls us. But if I say that this gravity is not just the property of earth alone, but it is the property of everything in the universe, then would you be surprised? I think you would, because this pulling force is actually experienced by all of us. So not only the earth pulls us down, but actually everything in the universe is pulling every other thing in the universe. So there is some pulling force between me and you as well, and this force, which is a property of every object in the universe, is called as gravitational force. So this is force called as gravitational force. So not only the earth is pulling me down, but actually I am also pulling the earth up, but because I am too small for that earth to handle, so actually I fall to the ground and not the earth comes to me. So this gravitational force is nothing but a pulling force. It is always attractive in nature. It never pushes anything away, right? And it is experienced by every object, even if it's unaware. So even if you're unaware, you're actually attracting or pulling every other object in the universe. Now, why did we study electrostatic, magnetic and gravitational force together? Was because of one common reason. Let us dive into electrostatics first. So here what happened is, the repulsion and attraction, it took place, but the balloons or the refills or the balloon and refill combination didn't have any contact between them, right? There was no contact between them. In the second case as well, there was no contact between the magnets or between the nail and the magnet, isn't it? And in the third case, whenever earth pulls us down or whenever anything pulls us down towards each other, similarly there is no there is no contact between them as well. So we study all of these things together because all of them are non-contact forces. They don't need any type of contact to experience that push or pull or maybe the attraction or repulsion. So this was our electrostatic, magnetic and gravitational force.